what's going on, peeps? Today I want to talk to you about the transit of Venus going through the sign of Pisces. I'm so excited for this transit because Venus is actually exalted in the sign of Pisces. What that means is, exalted means to its highest potency, right? Its highest point that it can get to. And so the reason why Venus is exalted in the sign of Pisces is because the energy of Pisces is all about pure divine love, like love that defies boundaries, love that goes beyond the physical world. And love, Venus represents love, right? Venus is named after the goddess of love. So when she's in Pisces, she is so pure and divine and just beyond this world. Venus entered Pisces on March 12th, 2016, and she will be there in that sign dancing around and sprinkling her fairy dust in a Piscean way through April 5th of 2016. So what does that mean for us as a collective? Well, first of all, the first 2 weeks or so that she's traveling through Pisces, she is going to come in contact with Neptune directly. Neptune is the energy, it's the planet that rules the sign of Pisces, and Neptune is in its home sign of Pisces, so it's like magnified Piscean energy and magnified Neptune energy. Neptune is about pure divine love in itself. Neptune is a very dreamy energy. It's very watery and it goes with the flow of things, and it doesn't really care about things like time or things in the physical world, boundaries, structures. Pretty much, it doesn't really care about that stuff. So when Venus enters the sign ruled by Neptune and comes into contact with Neptune, this is exactly how we're going to be feeling as a collective. We are so dreamy right now. A lot of us are. Even the people who are sturdy, earth sign people, either Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, are feeling this Neptune energy, this Pisces energy while Venus is transiting there. Especially if you are under a sign that is ruled by Venus, which is either Taurus or Libra. While Venus, your ruler, comes into contact with Neptune during the first 2 weeks of its transit through Pisces, you are going to be feeling like, whoa, like you're floating in the ocean on a raft, or you're going to be trying to go and do all your practical stuff, but it's going to be like your legs are underwater at the deep end of the pool, and the rest of your body is above the water trying to go and like, let's get things done, let's do this, let's do that. But your legs are just moving so slow, treading through water, and it's like, oh, why can't I just get things done? A lot of us feel kind of sleepy because, our ruler is conjunct Neptune right now. Sleeping late, extra sleep, feeling kind of lazy, like I just want to chill and maybe be a bum for a day, Not saying that all Pisces or Neptune ruled people are bums per se, but like I said, time and anything practical in the physical world, it doesn't matter. It doesn't faze them. It doesn't bother them. It's not high on the priority list, okay? So that's how you're going to be feeling for about the first week to 2 weeks of the transit of Venus in Pisces if you are a Taurus or Libra. If you're not a Taurus or Libra, still you're going to be feeling this energy at some kind of level. Since Venus rules how we enjoy ourselves, how we enjoy life in our free time, what we are going to be enjoying a lot more as a collective are things like traveling near the ocean, traveling near large bodies of water, because Pisces is a water sign and it's the oceans and the seas, so a lot of people happen to be on spring break during this time. And where are they headed? To places like Cancun, to South Padre Island. That's here in the States, but I'm sure in other countries where people are on spring break or the weather permits, people are flocking towards those beaches, those seas, those oceans to enjoy spending time there. Since Neptune also rules fantasy, like movies and cartoons and things like that, and Venus is there, a lot of people are going to want to be flocking to places like theme parks, like Disneyland, Disney World. Just for example, they have a lot of the crazy rides that are like themed after, cartoons and movies and things. Although riding crazy roller coasters is not particularly a Piscean thing, it's more of like a fire sign energy thing. But going to the places where they have all these characters and the whole place is just like a fantasy world, where you're inside one of those movies or cartoons, That is what Venus and Pisces rules. Neptune and Pisces rule movies as well because it's very visual art. So anything artistic is going to be enjoyed so much more now, like going to the movies, you know, because Neptune and Pisces rule like visual art. And listening to music, oh my gosh. Let me tell you, as a Pisces moon, I can tell you firsthand that Pisces is an energy that rules music. Getting lost in music, listening to music, and it just takes you away like somewhere else, far, far away to where you want to be, and you just want to stay there and you don't want to leave. You know, it takes you off into a fantasy world. So listening to music and having it take you away is much more enjoyable while Venus is in Pisces. Since Mercury and the Sun are going to be in the sign of Pisces for a little while, maybe the first week or two while Venus is there, there's extra Piscean energy going on to where we will feel like enjoying anything artistic like dance and going to art museums or concerts. I mean, people do that stuff any time of year. I know, but it's going to be so much more enjoyable, like straight to the heart enjoyable right now with this energy happening. The energy of Pisces also rules animals and pets. So a lot of people can be feeling more like, oh, you know what? I want a puppy. I want a kitty. I want a big aquarium with lots and lots of fish. So you may see an increase and an influx in the purchase of pets, especially as gifts, or you know, Pisces rules like taking care of animals and being able to communicate almost telepathically with animals and just looking at them and being able to tell what they're saying, even if it's a whine from a doggy or a meow in a certain way from a kitty. Piscean energy, if there's a heavy dose of it, we know exactly what that animal's language is saying. So definitely more in tune with animals right now too. Since Venus rules money, I would say while Venus is in Pisces, and there's other planets in Pisces at the same time, and it's in contact with Neptune. Neptune rules losses, okay? It rules dissolvement. And while Venus is there, in conjunction with Neptune especially, we could be losing things a lot more, including money. And I'm talking about physically, like your money getting lost. You know, you wash it in the washer and the washer eats it. Or it flies out of your pocket and it disappears. You don't know where it went. Or actually spending money, swiping that card and not looking at your bank account and then looking at it days later going, where did this money go? I don't remember spending it. And then saying, oh yeah, that one day I was kind of floating in outer space and I didn't really calculate how much I was spending. Whoops. Yeah. Welcome to the world of a Pisces, if that happens to you. This is something that happens to them all the time. So just be careful with spending money. I know Venus is enjoying yourself through money, you know, but if you have the money to be able to afford to just kind of throw it around and go on vacation and charge up that card and have no worries, I say go for it, enjoy it to the fullest. If you are on a budget, this is a time where you need to really watch your spending, especially because Saturn is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius squares the energy of Pisces. A square is a tense energy. Saturn teaches lessons, right? If we mess up, Saturn is there to go, wapow, try it again, get it right this time. So if you are spending your money too frivolously, then Saturn may just check you on that. So be very, very careful of that while Venus is in Pisces. So as far as love, which Venus also rules, while she is in Pisces, this is such a dreamy energy. You can get lost in another person's energy so much more easily right now. And since Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Pisces and Neptune are all about dissolvement of boundaries, that can also mean dissolvement of your boundaries personally between yourself and another person. So merging together as one, like on a soul level that's higher than the earthly plane, you know, that is what Venus and Pisces is about. So it's so much more easier to really join with another person like that right now. It's so easy to get lost in love right now, but just remember, Neptune also rules illusions and being deceived, you know, delusional. So people can get a little more delusional in love and lose touch with reality and not fully see a person for who they really are. But I would say If you are already coupled up with somebody, Venus in Pisces is a great time to get lost in your own fantasy world together, whatever that may mean for you, you know, or go on a vacation just one-on-one together and just be spacey fairies, you know, space cadets together, getting lost somewhere, but who cares because we're together and we're spending this time together. So that's Venus and Pisces as far as love. As far as like beauty and fashion and things like that, which Venus also rules, while she is in the sign of Pisces, well, you know, a lot of places in the world, it's warming up outside, and here comes the open-toe shoes, the sandals, the very cute sandals. And let me tell you, as a Pisces moon, I love cute sandals. Let me show you the ones that I have on right now. This is one of my absolute favorite pairs of sandals to wear, especially during Pisces season. They're the color of the ocean, of water. I just love them. So ladies, purchasing more cute sandals at this time, definitely something to enjoy while Venus is in Pisces. Also, Pisces is an energy that likes freedom, you know, freedom to be flowy and go with the flow. So wearing like long, flowy, loose dresses or skirts is something else that women might enjoy wearing a lot more right now too. Just think of the energy of like the classic hippie, right? They're wearing flowers on their hair, they're just kind of swaying around, dancing, and they're free-flowing clothes, just like, ooh, it's all about free love, pure divine love, listening to music and just getting lost in it. That is a Venus and Pisces, like, classic image right there. When it comes to love, also, Venus and Pisces is all about that unspoken love. It's kind of like a psychic, telepathic kind of love. Like, you don't even always have to verbally speak to each other to know how the other person feels, what they're thinking. A perfect example of a song that really reminds me of like a Venus and Pisces kind of love, like a Neptunian love, is by this artist named A. Marie. I don't know if any of you know her or remember her, but her name is spelled A-M-E-R-I-E. She had this song that came out around 2001 called Talkin' to Me, and the lyrics, some of the lyrics are, my friends, they just can't see how a love unspoken can be so deep. And every time that you look my way, I see what your heart wants to say to me. Now, if that isn't some Venus and Pisces, ooh, I don't know what is. I don't know A. Marie's chart or who wrote the song, but you know what? Unspoken love, to whenever you look at somebody, you just know, you just feel things, you just know, you don't have to say anything. That's totally that Venus and Pisces love right there. As far as beauty, Venus rules beauty and makeup and hair products and, the things that you do to your appearance, right? And Pisces, especially Neptune as well, while Venus is in contact with Neptune in Pisces, it's like illusions, So makeup that's more geared towards putting a look together that is like a fantasy look, really piling it on, like these crazy colors and things like that. That's totally Venus and Pisces. Women might be experimenting a little bit more with makeup looks, like the more costumey makeup looks, or even just on a day-to-day basis, your makeup look, you might add more color, because Pisces rules art. And also coloring your hair. People color their hair all the time, I understand. And even when Venus was in Aquarius, it's all about trying out some funky new stuff, with hair color. But while it's in Pisces, it's like enhanced even more of wanting to color your hair like crazy contrasting colors. I just colored my hair actually the morning that Venus went into Pisces. I wasn't even paying attention to that, right? Even though I'm an astrologer. But I woke up in the morning and I was like, you know what? I want to color my hair, and I want to color it like crazy contrasting, bright colors that are very noticeable. So that's what I did. Black and red, like super crazy bright red, and I absolutely love it. I know with Venus in Aquarius, it's also very experimental with your looks, It's more on the experimental level, but with Venus in Pisces, it's like art. You just go with the flow of like what you feel like looking like, So yeah, even more tattoos and piercings and things like that. Women or even men, while Venus is in Pisces, might want to get more of those that are like very artsy, you know. I just also on the same day Venus went into Pisces, I bought some new nose rings that have different little design things on them, and I absolutely love them. Well, thank you very much for joining me in this video about Venus and Pisces. I know the lighting is kind of whack right here, but I really wanted to capture the fact that there's water behind me. And it's not just any water, it's a fish pond. So Pisces, the fish, you know, water, so had to throw that back there, even though I sacrificed myself being seen. But hey, I'm a Scorpio rising. We like to be ninjas in the shadows of the darkness anyway. So, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this season of Venus and Pisces. Get lost in fantasy. Enjoy yourself without worrying about the constraints and boundaries of time. Just don't cross boundaries when it comes to relationships and go with somebody else's man or lady. But enjoy some good art, some movies, some time with pets, buying a new pet. Try a new hair color, buy some cute sandals. Just really, really bask in this Neptunian, Piscean, fantasy-ruled energy. All right, well, until my next video, I will see you guys later. Peace.